Just keeping track of the story on SpiceJet, that's one of the key stories we're following midway through the session today. It's holding out. Their deal with Boeing has cheered the stock and will expectedly give the facelift that the business needs at this point. 3% higher. Supriya Srinath then in conversation with Ajay Singh of SpiceJet and Raymond, Vice Chairman of Boeing.
I think that there is no question that India will grow. It is, as you know, the fastest growing aviation market in the world today. The orders that we have placed today are up to 200 aircraft. 155 are firm and 50 aircraft are purchase rights. So we feel that in the next few years, with only 2% of Indians flying today, there is no reason why we should not see many more Indians fly in the coming years. As the GDP grows and as it becomes more accessible or within the reach of people to fly, flying, as you know, is an aspirational commodity in India. Many more people would like to fly if they could, and SpiceJet intends to ensure that many more Indians get the opportunity to fly.
When you say 200, there were already 55 existing. So I'm just for the benefit of our viewers clarifying. There are 55 existing, you've added 100 more, and an intention to add yet another 50. Is that what
That's right. So the consolidated...
And do you want to share the price at which this is being done right
now? No, of course not. But the consolidated order is going to be up to 205 aircraft. And this gives to SpiceJet the ability to grow without a problem for the foreseeable future. These aircraft will be delivered between 2018 and 2024. So in the foreseeable future, we have the ability to grow, and remember that the 50 purchase rights includes our ability to upgrade the aircraft and also consider conceivably wide-body aircraft in the future.
So, and I'm going to go to him in just a bit on demand and everything like that, but if I were to pick your brains, you bring the global perspective to this deal, and of course you have to deliver all of this between 2018 to 2024. Mr. Singh is obviously bullish on what the demand is going to be in India like. How do you see it from, I mean, you have the choice of being a global insider on these things.
Well, yeah, India is just one of the fastest growing markets that we see in the world today. Outside of the China market, I think India is probably the second fastest growing market in the world, and therefore we want to have a huge presence here, and SpiceJet's been a great partner of ours for many years, since 2005, and particularly with the performance that they've shown over the last couple of years, it's just been terrific, and we really value the partnership, and we want to be a big part of it, so that's why we're here today.
Now, he actually gets a big thumbs up from getting the airline from the brink of collapse to where it is today, and everybody's been talking about SpiceJet. But I must talk to you. This is a daunting order. $22 billion, 150,000 crore rupees is what we're essentially talking about. Of course, I'm not getting into the deal details and discounts and things like that. How do you plan to fund this? Obviously, this is going to be a mix of equity. How do you plan to go about it going forward?
There are a bunch of options to fund the order. There is sale and leaseback. There will be some aircraft eventually which will be on our books, and there's just a variety of options. We've already, since some news of the order leaked, we already have lots of offers on how to finance these aircraft, and we are very confident that the resources that we have within the company and the relationships that we have outside the company will make it relatively easy for us to finance the planes. The question is, at what rate do we get to finance the planes, and as in everything, our intention will be to reduce the cost of financing the planes, and it's incredibly important for SpiceJet that we bring down the cost of our operations, and we continue to work on bringing down that cost so that we can remain competitive and grow profitably into the future.
While one congratulates you on this mega order, both you gentlemen, but one wonders, why did you not opt for the lease or the dry lease option? So obviously I get your point that there is going to be a big demand uptick, but why buy instead of leasing?
Well, typically you buy because you get much better pricing when you talk in terms of volumes, not only on the price of the aircraft itself, but also on the maintenance. it also gives you a certain sense of, an ability to plan for the future. When you know exactly what aircraft are going to come in what year, you have the ability to plan the induction of the aircraft as well as the maintenance of those planes, the sales structure that you need to put in place, the pilots that you need to hire, and so on. So it's we feel that it's incredibly important for us to be able to do that. And as I said, the most critical element for us is that we should have the ability to keep lowering our unit cost so that we can compete effectively in the Indian market and increasingly the international market as well. And for that, you have to place a significant sized order of aircraft.
It doesn't keep you from leasing airplanes if you need them.
But I was actually going to ask you that question. Is this a trend you're increasingly going to see in a market like India where demand is exploding and more people will perhaps opt for purchase rather than lease?
Well, I think that's what you've seen as of late. I mean, but there's always been a combination as well. And then the leasing companies can come in and do the sale leaseback, and effectively then they have an airplane on their books, which then they're leasing back to the airline, and so they do it both ways. And I think there always will be a combination of lease and buy as you move through the market, and the leasing companies have been doing very well. This was just so happened to be that we went for a big order, a direct buy order, but that still doesn't mean that at some point there might be a need to have more airplanes come in a sooner time frame, and then you lease those. Gives you a lot more flexibility.
Indeed. So this isn't just about the order. This will also entail you hiring people. This will also entail many more costs. When do you see payback on investments of the kind that you're making now?
Well, we are getting payback pretty much as soon as we induct a plane. As you know that for the last 21 months, we have had an occupancy of in excess of 92% in each and every month.
That's right.
The company has been profitable for the last 7 quarters, so we don't see really a problem. If the demand exists, it's a question of how much we can lower our cost and increase our yield. So we continue to work on that, and we feel that with these orders, it gives us a much greater ability to save on cost, not only because of the cost of maintenance and the cost of the plane, but also remember that these planes are far more fuel efficient than the older version, and therefore it makes our operation hopefully even more profitable than it is today.
So while you're speaking about costs, I have a question that follows up right after, because we are seeing crude steadily rise. But are you willing to share at this stage your delivery schedule? How many aircraft will come when between 2018 to 2024? Because there is intention to buy 205, but there's a concrete order for 155 there.
Yeah. But I mean, it will start in the third quarter of 2018, and then it will spread out through that time frame. So it'll have a good number of airplanes in each year. So it'll be able to plan and be able to operate the airplanes very effectively. And of course, the 737-8 is the most efficient airplane in the market today. It's 8% better on a cost per seat basis than any of the competition. So he will have a direct advantage right away.
The two main men of the SpiceJet Boeing deal, and Supriya Srinit in conversation with them. The stock is doing pretty okay. We take a quick break right here on the show. Come right back for more on Market Sense.